called the ghost of the forest because they are so fast and so elusive they can dive right into very thick brush.
Don't drop your phone.
Now, both males and females do have those horns. Those horns are swept back because they do dive in that very thick brush. Make sure it doesn't snag on anything.
Hold it like that.
Hold it like this. Take it that side off.
Yes, there's a water feature. It's water.
Why are you trying to trick me?
Keep it. You can record. I want you to record everything. I want you to not hold it down. Hold it in the car in case it falls. It goes in the door. Okay?
Alright, on the left. Let's see what happens with black rhinos taking a nap right now. So black rhinos are endangered. Only a few thousand of them left out in the world. Now they are the smaller of the rhinos we have that are on the reserve. They do have a prehensile mouth able to pluck and pick roots and vegetation from the ground. On the left, we have a pair of saddle-bill storks. Now these two will mate for life. The female has a bright orange eye, and the male has a dark brown one. They can stand up to 5 feet tall and have a wingspan of over 9 feet. And as we exit the little territory, we'll be entering the Sapi River. Some more aquatic animals. Be on the lookout. And we have some Nile hippopotamuses out here.
Yeah. That's, look, this is a...
Maybe here on the left. There we go. We have a group of Nile hippopotamus known as a bloat. Now these hippos are some of the most dangerous animals in Africa. They're so territorial, they're known to push out dangerous prey items from their territory. One of my favorite facts about the hippos is that they will sleep under the water, but they can only stay asleep for about 8 minutes at a time. They will instinctively rise up to the surface, catch a breath of air, and sink back down, all while remaining asleep. We have a bridge up ahead. Right here on the left are Nile crocodiles. They can grow up over 16 feet long, and they are not picky about what they eat. Anything that falls into that water will be devoured. Antelope, wildebeest, and even other crocodiles. The savannah. So, the little turd forest has animals that are naturally camouflaged. We keep them alive. Out here, it's more about speed and great numbers. So right here on the right, we do have a baobab tree, also known as the tree of life. We got that name because of that giant trunk is full of water. Animals will come and pick the bark off and get some of that big water underneath. You'll see that water is hard to find out here on the savannah. You can see here on the right we do have a herd of giraffe. So these giraffes can grow up to 15 feet tall. Now these are Maasai giraffe. I can see that because they're very blotchy coats. Let's get it for a little bit more. Get y'all a nice view. Now one of the first things a giraffe will experience is gravity. When those babies are born, they fall from the mother and drop 6 feet down. Now the babies, they are 6 feet tall when they are born, and they can stand up in about an hour. Being on the lookout here on the left, we have spotted some African wild dogs. I see some in that cave right here. Let's get a closer look. So these African wild dogs are some of the best hunters on the savannah. They use cooperation and tactics to take down prey much bigger than them. Better hunters than most of the big cats.
Oh.
We have a giraffe crossing the road right now. We're gonna give him the right of way.
I'm to the left or the right?
Right here. He's just hanging out over here. We're gonna go right past him.
Okay, we're gonna proceed poly through these giraffes. That means very slowly. Now, just before these giraffes, we have some Ankoli cattle. Thank you. We have some Ankoli cattle. One of the few domesticated species we have here. We have on the reserve. You see one of these Ankoli cattle running off on these giraffes. Here. Now, both the males and females do have those big, beautiful horns. Now, they are full of blood vessels. They use as a natural air conditioning. A lot of heat dissipates from those horns. Now, we spotted about 13 giraffe out here on the reserve. A few of them are the babies.
Go.
We have some wildebeest out here on the right. Oh, over here on the left, though, some of our Hartman Zebras. These are the largest species of zebras. Now, these zebras are black with white stripes. We know that because of their big black nose. Now, these are mountain zebras. They do have smaller hooves than their plain counterparts. The reason they have those is because they're used to climbing on these mountains. They get a better grip than having a big wide hoof. More of the zebras on the right, just to come around these bushes. Those little antelopes, they are the smallest species of antelope on the reserve. Now they get that name springbok because they can jump 6 feet in the air and 14 feet forward, all from the standing position when startled. This is a lone African elephant. Now, the reason it's alone is probably a male. The males do wander off from the herd at around 12 and 13. They'll go and start their own new herd themselves or find one. They can even form a bachelor herd where all the lone males will group together. Many of the African farmers did have an issue with elephants roaming into their crops. They were eating their crops up. The first response these farmers had was to hunt the elephants. They do have to have a lifestyle for themselves. But through our conservation efforts, we found out that elephants are very afraid of bees. They have very thick skin, but they do not like being stung by bees. So with that knowledge, the farmers started planting beehives around their crops, scaring off many of the elephants. That way, they have crops that are not being eaten by elephants, and also a new source of income with honey. And none of the elephants can be hunted. Alright, looks like now I think we're entering the red clay pits. Yeah, I can see some of those tusk marks here on the right. Now, the elephants are herbivores, and they only eat plants, so they don't get all of the nutrients and minerals from those plants. They'll come and pick at the dirt to supplement their diets. I can see some elephants out here on the left. Let's see if we can get a closer look. There's more baobab trees here on the right. Now, we do have a small herd of elephants back there. The little one in the back, that's baby Stella. And she was born about 3 years ago. So you see those African elephants? We do know they're African from those very large ears that they have. Those ears are also in the shape of Africa. I can see them flapping around on hot days. They are fanning themselves, but also those ears are full of blood vessels. They just take a lot of the heat in that body as well too through those ears. These are wild animals as well too. They don't want to be seen right now. Coming around the corner here, I can see we have a flamboyant of flamingos. A group of flamingos is called flamboyant. These are the greater flamingos. We know that because they're much taller than the smaller or lesser flamingos. These guys are the least pink flamingos out there as well too. They do get their pink color from eating their beta carotenes found on shrimp trills. Rhinos are out, and with them, Baby Ranger. So Baby Ranger did make national news when he was born. Sadly, these white rhinos are hunted nearly to extinction. Only about 5,000 remain left in the wild. So when Baby Ranger was born, it made national news. Now these are the white rhinos. They get that name from a mistranslation of the word bite, which means wide. It has this wide mouth there. They're actually grazers. They are social creatures. They do stay in smaller herds. However, they don't have very good eyesight. That might be, they can only see about 10 feet in front of them or so. That might be the reason why a group of rhinos is called a crash. Now, early in the morning is a good time to see them out here. A lot of times they are playing in that mud wallow here on the left as well. They'll use that as a natural sunscreen and insect repellent.
Usually that's gonna keep sim.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my dogs.
Back in the mud.
Back in the mud.
Okay, my friends, be on the lookout. Known to have some cheetahs in the area.
I think I saw in the
Cheetahs are
background.
very hard to spot. They have a wonderful natural camouflage.
I see an animal.
Oh,
Oh, there he is. He's walking.
so those
up
are
there.
the cheetahs. I can see a few in the back as well too, having a little walk around.
Over there.
I filmed.
So those cheetahs, they can run up to 60 miles an hour. They can reach that speed in just under 3 seconds. However, they can't maintain that speed for too long. Only about 150 yards or so, then they get all tired out. My truck was 8 miles an hour, so they can easily run us down. This rock formation in the front here is called a coping. Now, these are
Lions.
a wonderful
Definitely
place for
lions.
lions to hang out. They do that because they get a very good look at the savannah and for any prey items they might be able to find. So be on the lookout when you might spot a lion. Okay, so
Oh wait, he's sleeping.
there's some male and female lions out here on this coping. Now the male lions, they will raise the cub while the female lions will go out there and do all the hunting. Now right now they're doing something they are resting.
Oh, that was
They will rest
roasting.
for about 20 hours a day.
That was a roast.
Yeah, the size of those paws will fit over my face. The male lion there, his name is Dakari. He was actually the model for Disney's live action The Lion King. So I see some warthog burrows out here. They are some of the largest burrowing species we have out in Africa. Oh, I can see them sleeping back there in the back as well too. So those are the warthogs. You can see how those giant tusks they have.
Oh.
They use that as a defense and offense. And when they feel threatened, they will run back into their burrows with their faces facing out to deter any sort of predators coming at them. Oh, and on the right we do have a Bonzabok. And the Bonzabok is a very rare species. They were hunted to nearly extinction. Back in 1930, there were only about 17 Bonzaboks left in the wild. But through conservation, we were able to increase those numbers up to 3,000. And that beautiful brownish and purple coats.